am Vivian Fulop, and I welcome you to Vive Miami News, your source for what's happening in the cultural arts scene in Miami every week. We're presently at Wynwood Art Fair during President's Day weekend, featuring more than 65 galleries, locals and abroad, and you have to take a look at this. It's wonderful. Art Wynwood showcases iconic works from 20th and 21st century artists. Dynamic projects with special installations from 60 international exhibitors. The fair will display work from the underground street movement, emerging young talent, and world-renowned contemporary and modern artists. Prominent collectors, curators, and art world luminaries from around the world come to this young fair happening in beautiful Miami. This season, Art Wynwood features works by more than 500 artists representing almost 24 countries and 38 cities. The freshness of modern and contemporary Latin American art has become trendy among collectors. One of most respected gallerists specialized in Latin American art is Cesar Segnini of Cuban Segnini Gallery, presenting at Art Wynwood a number of Latin American masters.
Bueno, aquí en la feria, para esta feria que es la quinta edición de Art Wynwood, hemos traído una muestra de valores fundamentales del arte latinoamericano, entre ellos Fernando de Chilo, que está aquí a mi espalda, Pablo Achugar, el escultor uruguayo, el maestro Manuel Feligueres, que está en la otra sala, Manolo Valdés, que es uno de los grandes escultores, nacido en España, que tenemos una obra de madera afuera, y también Agustín Cárdenas y William Barbosa, que son escultores, entre otros. Estamos contentos de estar aquí. Esta es una feria que se hace con motivo del día del presidente, y que se hace para esta fecha, para mediados de febrero. Para nosotros es importante porque es el inicio de actividades. Este año la galería está cumpliendo 25 años en Miami. Tenemos un conjunto de actividades a lo largo del año. De ello la presentación de 2 libros, un libro de poesía y un libro sobre la historia de la galería de Urbán. Y además una exposición individual de Fernando de Chilo y una que tenemos al final de Ramírez Villamizar, un escultor colombiano que nosotros representamos, que vivió hace varios años, y le hacemos una exposición para noviembre del próximo año.
Cuban art is a chief focus this year, as Coral Gables Museum has partnered with Art Wynwood to highlight the exhibition Cuban Art in the 20th Century, which features artists Wilfredo Lam, Amelia Peláez, Armando Menocal, and René Portocarrero, among others. One of the main promoters of Cuban art in the United States is Ramon Cernuda, who has created one of the most important collections of Cuban art to date.
Back in the early 1970s, we started collecting Cuban art, my wife and I, right out of college. And we put together a collection of masters of the 20th century of Cuban art and also contemporary artists. That has been our dedication and our passion throughout these 40+ years. It's been an adventure, it's been a ride, it's been a fantastic experience. We love what we do. And as an extension of our art collecting, 16 years ago we opened up our gallery that also specializes in Cuban art. Here in this booth you will see the great masters of the 20th century modernist Cubans and also the great masters of contemporary Cuban art. That is what we bring to this fair, Art Wynwood. We start with an exhibition of the founder of Cuban modernism, Victor Manuel Garcia, right by the entrance. And across Victor Manuel, you will find works by Mariano Rodriguez and Mario Carreño. And as you walk into the booth, you see works by René Portocarrero and also works by Wilfredo Lam. These are the top names of Cuban art of the 20th century. The younger artists, the contemporary artists, artists like Roberto Favelo and Manuel Mendive and Dairon Gonzalez and Miguel Florido and others that are still alive and producing great work. As things have changed in the bilateral relations between Cuba and the United States, more Americans are going to Cuba and they are visiting the museums in Cuba, so they become much more familiar with these masters and their important creations. So we've seen a growth in interest and in collecting by the American public and the European public also.
Art Wynwood specializes in showcasing emerging contemporary artists. Monica Art of Lassiter Fine Art has caught our eye with her beautiful complex layered creations.
The piece behind me, Shoshone, the buffalo or American bison, is a multi-layer. Each layer is painted, hand-painted, one of a kind. I spend months with small brushes, metals, diamond dust, mixed sand textures, and then I layer with a hand-fired resin, and then I paint again. This one has 12 layers for a 3D effect, sort of a hologram. I grew up with my mother's an artist and classically trained, and she's a portrait painter. So I decided that I would take those skills to the animals and put classically trained portrait into the head, and then the mixed media to the modern today's world. This entire series is called Tagged. Traveled a good bit in Europe, and I was kind of fascinated with the street art, and so I do have aerosols, and the backs of these are marked as tagged, but it's also for the animals to protect them. Each one is named after a national park. This is Shoshone, Olympia, and Bienville. Each one is an animal that holds my heart, so I'm very proud of the series.
Art is very much en vogue in this fair, showcasing works by artists Julio Leparc, Cruz Diez, Dario Perez Flores, Jesus Soto, among others. We went to talk with renowned kinetic gallerist from Paris, Lelia Mordoch.
I met Kinetic Art with the big panels, advertising panels in Paris when I was 16. And there are those huge panels of Vasarely and Ibarra, and I always liked that. And in 1992, I saw light boxes from Garcia Rossi, who was an incredible Argentinian artist, and I began to work with him. And he was working with a group of visual art, a group of research, included Julio Leparc, and that's how I met Julio Leparc and how I began to work with Kinetic Art. I think that playing with light and with the effect of the light on the eyes and with how things can, you think it moves, but it doesn't move. You move. That's the principle of Kinetic Art. It's one of the most marvelous things in the world because it is alive, and art has to be alive and to be a surprise. You know, every day it has to be a surprise.
Vive Miami News recommends Art Wynwood with a series of select exhibitions, concerts, and lectures during President's Day weekend, February 16th to 20th.
Thank you for joining us at Vive Miami News. Remember to follow us at Facebook Vive Miami News with Vivian Fulop and to subscribe to our free weekly video and blog about arts and entertainment in Miami. And until next week, I will see you at these events.